Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 26, Fundamental Principles of Material Nature. Verse number 2. Jnanam nishreyasarthaya purusasyatma darshanam yada hurvarnayetate hridayadranthi vedanam. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai Prabhupada. Knowledge is the ultimate perfection of self-realization. I shall explain that knowledge unto you, by which the knots of attachment to the material world are cut. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. It is said that by proper understanding of the pure self or by self-realization, one can be freed from material attachment. Knowledge leads one to attain the ultimate perfection of life and to see oneself as he is. The Svetasvatara Upanishad also confirms this. Tameva viditvati mrityumeti. Simply by understanding one's spiritual position or by seeing oneself as he is, one can be freed from material entanglement. In various ways, the seeing of oneself is described in the Vedic literatures, and it is confirmed in Bhagavatam, Purusasya Atma Darshanam, that one has to see oneself and know what he is. As Kapildev explained to his mother, this seeing can be done by hearing from the proper authoritative source. Kapildev is the greatest authority because he is the personality of Godhead, and if someone accepts whatever is explained as it is without interpretation, then he can see himself. Lord Chaitanya explained to Sanatana Goswami the real constitutional position of the individual. He said directly that each and every individual soul is eternally a servitor of Krishna. Jivera Swarupahaya Krishnera Nityadas. Every individual soul is eternally a servitor. When one is fixed in the understanding that he is part and parcel of the Supreme Soul and that his eternal position is to serve in association with the Supreme Lord, he becomes self-realized. This position of rightly understanding oneself cuts the knot of material attraction, Hridaya Dranthi Vedanam. Due to false ego or false identification of oneself with the body and the material world, one is entrapped by Maya. But as soon as one understands that he is qualitatively the same substance as the Supreme Lord, because he belongs to the same category of spirit soul, and that his perpetual position is to serve, one attains Atma Darshanam and Hridaya Dranthi Vedanam, self-realization. When one can cut the knot of attachment to the material world, his understanding is called knowledge. Atma Darshanam means to see oneself by knowledge. Therefore, when one is freed from the false ego by the cultivation of real knowledge, he sees himself, and that is the ultimate necessity of human life. The soul is thus isolated from the entanglement of the 24 categories of material nature. Pursuits of the systematic philosophic process called Sankhya is called knowledge and self-revelation. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport.
The following is a class on the Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, 26th Chapter, Text number 2, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on the 14th of December, 1974, in Bombay, India.
finish this Vishesha, the varieties. Simply realize I am aham brahmasmi, soham, like that. But that is not jnana. That is not jnana. That will be explained one after another. Because nirvishesha, there is no possibility of nirvishesha. As I explained to you, as soon as you say Krishna, immediately you have to think of Krishna's paraphernalia, not Krishna alone. So, everywhere Krishna is there. Ishara sarvabhutanam nirdesho arjuna tishtati brahman sarvabhutani jantrarurani maya. Krishna is everywhere. Andantarastham paramanuchayantarastham govindamadi purusam tamang vajami. He is everywhere. So how it can be impersonal? Therefore the jnana which considers of impersonality without any varieties, that is not jnana. That is not nishesartha. That is simply a temporary appeasement. Because I am disgusted with these material varieties, let it be zero, void. That is a temporary solace. We cannot remain without varieties. That is not possible. If there is nobody here and you sit down, make meditation, you can't sit down for 15 minutes or 20 minutes, then you'll go ahead. This is not possible. Because the spirit soul, either the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supreme Soul, or the living entity, is also spirit. Both of them are Brahma. For a Brahma and ordinary Brahma. We are ordinary Brahma. And Krishna is the Supreme Brahma. So, Brahma, either Supreme or ordinary, is seeking after happiness. That is Brahma life. Seeking after happiness. Just like Krishna is for a Brahma, but he is also seeking happiness with Radharani and the gopis and the cowherds boy and the cows and the calves. So, Ananda, spiritual happiness, is not without varieties. Anandamaya Vyasa, spirit Brahma or Parabrahma is full of happiness. And how happiness can be possible without varieties? Variety is the mother of enjoyment. Therefore, this nirvises, nirakar, or without any varieties or voidness, this is not perfect knowledge. That is not self-realization. Self-realization is to understand that I am spirit soul. I do not belong to this material world. I am not matter. That is called Soham, Aham Brahmasmi. But they are misinterpreted in a different way. Soham means I am the Supreme Lord. And that is craziness. You are not Supreme Lord, but you are of the same quality. As Krishna, the Supreme Lord, he is also seeking enjoyment. And because you are also part and parcel of Krishna, you are also seeking enjoyment. But you are seeking enjoyment in a field which is just opposite, in the material world. What is that material world? Material world means forgetting Krishna. Krishna is covered. Krishna is there. Krishna is anantarasthang paramana. But they have no Krishna consciousness. Whole world, he analyzed. There is no Krishna consciousness. There is no God. Rather, they are declining. There is no God. God is dead. I am God, you are. Because they have information, no information of. That is material world. That is the difference between material world and spiritual. Spiritual world means there is full consciousness of the existence of God. And material world means the full forgetfulness of God. This is the difference between material world and spiritual world. So, if you bring in the material world also Krishna consciousness, then it is spiritual world. How it is possible? Yes, it is possible. Just like you put one iron rod in the fire, it will become gradually warmer, then the iron rod will be red, hot, and in the redness you touch anywhere, it will burn. It is no more iron rod, it is fire. So you keep yourself always in Krishna consciousness, then even if you possess this material body, you will be in the spiritual world. This is called Jnana. Jnanam's Atmadarsana. Jnanam Nishchasa. So we have to come to this platform, spiritual platform. We are suffering on account of being on the material platform. So, by keeping yourself always in the fire of Krishna or Krishna consciousness, you are transferred to the spiritual. Very nice example, this iron rod, red hot. You cannot use it for any other purpose. It is simply for burning. Similarly, you can become Krishnaites, that we have already discussed in the previous verses. Anyone who is fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness, in devotional service, he is two kinds of external body, namely the gross body, material body, this gross body, made of earth, water, fire, and the subtle body, made of mind, intelligence and ego. These two kinds of body becomes dissolved. Just like if you eat something, put into your stomach, and if you have got good digestive function, then everything will be digested. Similarly, if you become Krishna conscious, spiritualized, the material activities will have no effect. It is dissolved. Otherwise, any material things you will do, it will have repercussion or reaction. That is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Jagyarthe karmannatra lokayam karma bandhana. Jagyarthe. Jagga means Krishna. Jagga Purush. Jaggesha. Krishna's another name is Jaggesha. Bhoktanam Jaggatavasam. Krishna says, Jaggatavasam Bhokta. Therefore there is Jaggesha. So whatever you do for Krishna, it will have no reaction. Digest everything. And if you do not do for Krishna, then it will take time to digest. Therefore, yet it is says, Jnana Nishesarthaya Purushasya Atmadarsanam. Purusha. Purusha means the enjoyer. So here in this material world, either the so-called man and so-called woman, everyone is hankering after sense enjoyment. Therefore, all of them together has been described as Purusha. A woman is not Purusha, but by mentality she is Purusha, because she also wants to enjoy. Although she has got the body of being enjoyed, but she has the mentality of enjoying. Therefore, everyone is described. Although by nature everyone is Prakriti, not Purusha. Prakriti means enjoy. That is stated in the Bhagavata. Prakriti me bhinna astada. This material body is made of earth, water, fire, air, sky. That is Prakriti. Bhinna, separated. Itastu vidyame prakriting para. There is another nature. That is para prakriti. That is spiritual nature. And how I can understand? Na jiva bhuta. You can understand that para prakriti is the living entity. Jayedam dharjate jagat, which is sustaining this material nature. So actually, in the Bhagavad Gita, both of us are described as Prakriti, not Purusha. Purusha is Krishna. Therefore, Arjuna, when he realized after reading Bhagavad Gita, he addresses Krishna as Purusha, Parabrahma Paramdhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan. Purusha, Shasata. You are not that you have become Purusha now, but Shasata, eternal. It's like here, we are Purusha. This birth I am Purusha. Next birth I may become Sri or Prakriti. If I am too much fond of woman, and at the time of death, if I think of woman, then I get woman's what? Jang jangavapi saran bhavang tajattanti kaleva. Therefore, too much attachment for woman or too much attachment for anything in this material world, that is doomed. Therefore, here it is said, Hridaya Granthi Vedanam. Hridaya Granthi Vedanam. My attachment, my heart attraction is so strong, it is like Granthi, knot. So, Atmadarshanam means Hridaya Granthi Vedanam, opening the knot. Hridaya Granthi Vedanam. That is Atmadarshanam. When I become free from all attachment of this material world, that is called Hridaya Granthi Vedanam. And how the Hridaya Granthi, knot in the heart, begins. That begins, Pumshang Striyami Thuni Bhavametat Tayor Mitha Hridaya Granthi Mahu. Here in this material world, it is going on. Pumshang, the man, and Siyang, of the woman, attachment. Pumshang Striya Mithuni. What is that attachment? Sex. Sex. Pumshang Striyami Thuni Bhavametat Tayor. The desire is there. And as soon as they unite, by marriage or by agreement by any way, then Hridaya Granthi Mahu. Then the attachment becomes more and more. There are thousands and millions of women, but the woman with whom I have got my bodily relation, I cannot forget her. And she cannot forget. Hridaya Granthi Mahu. The attachment increases. And as soon as they are united, there is Hridaya Granthi, not between heart to heart. You my dear, you my heart. So then we must find out an apartment. Now there is no need of apartment. But as soon as there is Hridaya Granthi, there is need of Atagriha Chetra Sutat Vittai Janasamohoyam Ahangamameti. This Hridaya Granthi increases, develops. Now there is need of apartment, griha. Now there is need of land for getting food grains. Now they have got service. Go to the office 50 miles away and you get your food grains. Formerly this was not possible. Therefore one must possess some land to produce food. Now if you can get some money, you can purchase 8 rupees kilo of food grains. That is possible. But formerly that was not possible. Formerly you must have land. But Jannat Anna Sambhava. Annat Bhavanti Bhutani. You have to produce. People are not interested now producing food grains. They somehow or other, if they can get that paper currency, they can purchase. Therefore, everyone has got this printed paper. The value is increasing. Competition. I can pay 2 rupees kilo. The others say, no, I can pay 3 rupees. What is this rupees? This paper. You, somewhere or other, you gather this paper and if there will be competition and the price will increase. This is the economy. Because they have got false money, therefore there is false increment of price. Bad money. Gessam's theory. Bad money drives away good money. As soon as there is bad money, this paper currency, the coin, gold coins and silver coins, they are finished. They are no more. So, Hridaya Granthi, how in so-called one hut to another. Atha griha, first of all attachment for man and woman, then attachment for the apartment, griha, then land, griha, kshetra, then suta, children, then apto, friends, society, friendship, love, suto, apto, then vitta, money. In this way, we increase our, the not one after another, one not, two not, three not, four not, it is going on. And self-realization means opening the knot, opening. The knots began like that. Chalasammohoyam ahamameti. And here it is said, Hridayaganti Vedanam. Vedanam means separate. Separate. That is self-realization. Self-realization means that I am spirit soul. Aham Brahmas. Soham. I am as good as the Supreme Spirit Krishna. Somewhere or other, I am now in contact with this material attachment. This is called Atma Darshan. And that is clearly explained. Atma Darshan means Hridayaganti Vedanam. Atma Darshanam does not mean Hridayaganti Vriddhi or increasing. Therefore, real Atma Darshan, real liberation, real consciousness is separation from this material attachment. Voluntarily, forcefully, or by knowledge, that is required. Therefore, you'll find India, Vedic civilization, is meant for this unknotting, the Hridaya Granthi. Therefore, sannyas is compulsory. Vanaprastha is compulsory. If you really follow Vedic principle, you become student, brahmachari. You learn everything. What is this life? What is this world? What is Krishna? What is God? What is your relationship with Him? These studies. That is complete study. But still, if you want to be knotted by Hridaya Granthi, grihas, a concession, all right. Pungsang siyam mithun, that concession is for sex life. Grihastha life is a concession given for enjoying sex life. Otherwise, there is no need of grihastha life. Therefore, there are many brahmacharis, akhanda brahmachari, never married in life. Many, but that is not possible at this point. But there is training. The Brahma position. Don't be knotted with this material world. But still, if he cannot do that, then with the permission of the spiritual master, he accepts wife. That is Grihastha life. But that also not for many years, say for 25. After 25 years, you remain a student, brahmachari, then you accept one wife according to religious ritualistic ceremony, but no illicit sex. That is not allowed. Bachelor daddy is not allowed. That is very dangerous. So, kamam, dharma viruddha kamam, aham asmi, Krishna said. Even without wife and everything. Then you take sannyas. That is the stage of Hridaya Granthi Vedana. Hridaya Granthi Vedana. Not that after the last point of death, you are attached with family and wife and children. That is animal life. That is not human life. Human life, you must try to unknot this Hridaya Granthi, man and woman. Hridaya Granthi Vedana. That is self-realization. So, the Sankhya philosophy described by Kapil there is very scientifically described. And if we try to assimilate it, then our life will be successful. Thank you very much.